SSDI, and how long you're going to wait to get checks as a Social Security disability beneficiary. I have all the details and exactly what I want to share with you here in this video. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on. I know there is a massive crisis when it comes down to SSDI, Social Security disability insurance benefits, and the approval process for the millions of people out there that are currently waiting to get these checks. In fact, let me share with you a quick statistic. Last year, 2023, 30,000 people passed away waiting for their SSDI checks to be approved. That's nuts, right? Even the Social Security Commissioner has recognized that right there is a crisis. Well, I want to share with you an article that I recently came across and I was reading, and I thought, you know what, I just want to share this with you so we can all clearly see what's going on here and the magnitude behind what is really happening, and maybe why Social Security probably needs a little bit more money to hire more people to speed up this process because they're so incredibly slow, like a bunch of sloths, right? Anyway, let's talk through the details. First off, can I say a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button down below. Also, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe as well. Again, big subscribe button down below. And lastly, feel free to share this video with your friends on social media. Again, share button down below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And let me share with you this article. All right, so you can kind of read through this as I talk about it, but basically what it comes down to is across the entire country, there's about 1 million people right now. And again, this is kind of an ongoing running number here. It's been right around 1 million people waiting for SSDI approval for a long time. This is not like some new surge in SSDI applications, anything like that. This has been right around 1 million for years. But here's the situation. About 6 years ago, according to this article here, about 6 years ago, it took about 3 months to get an SSDI claim approved, or at least the initial process going, right? But now it takes about 6 months, according to this article. Now, what's interesting about this is that I've seen other information out there as well that says it's about 220 days is how long it takes. That's about 7.5 months or so. So maybe they've sped up the process a little bit recently, but either way, whether it's 6 months, 7 months, 7.5 months, it's still a very long time. And that's just for the initial review, right? And then they go through the process where most people, not everybody, but a lot of people get denied the first time. Have you ever been through that process? Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have gone through and you've received SSDI or you're currently in the process now, you probably have a pretty good idea what I'm talking about. A lot of people get denied. And then what? Well, you have to go through the appeal process, maybe get legal representation, whatever it happens to be. It turns into a massive nightmare for a lot of people, and it really, really draws out the process where it could take years. In fact, I've communicated with some of you here in the community. I've had live streams here on the channel, and I can't believe how many times I've seen down below, like literally everybody, like a huge percentage of people say, yeah, I waited a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, like a huge amount of time, a very, very, very long amount of time in order to get SSDI benefits. Or a lot of people say, yep, denied the first time, denied the second time, denied, however many times, and then finally I got approved or I got legal representation, whatever it happened to be, and then they got the approval eventually. But this is a massive crisis. And again, like I said earlier, the Social Security Commissioner has also recognized that this is a massive crisis when it comes down to SSDI for how long it is taking, not only for the initial review, but then also for the approval of these benefits for beneficiaries, right? Well, here's what's interesting. In the 2025 fiscal year budget, which, by the way, started on October 1st, basically what they've asked for is an extra $1 billion of basically funding for Social Security for administration. Now, what does this mean? Social Security has made it very clear that they want to hire more people. I believe the statistic is about 400 people. They want to hire 400 more people that can move forward with the initial review process to actually speed that up. Well, I would hope that 400 extra people would actually significantly speed up the process of going through these initial applications, making sure that all the criteria is there, all the information is there, everything that they need to expedite the process for these beneficiaries. Even if a denial comes in, which denials will still certainly happen, a lot of them, by the way, will continue to happen, at least you're getting that initial denial like at a 2-month time frame or a 3-month time frame or whatever it happens to be. Hopefully that would be coming in a lot faster rather than applying, waiting 7 months, 7.5 months, longer, and then all of a sudden getting a denial and be like, oh, great, I just wasted the last 7.5 months waiting for this letter that says, sorry, denied. And now you got to waste a bunch more time coming together to figure out your next steps, the appeal, the representation, whatever you happen to do. And now it's like, okay, now I'm going to waste all these other months here when I got no income, can't work anymore, or working very limited because of an injury, a disability, whatever happens to be. And now the person financially is in a really, really tough situation. So maybe you're kind of reading along with that article there, but yeah, some really tough situations. People that are out there, doing their thing, working, whatever, happen to get injured or sustain a disability, whatever happens to be, and then all of a sudden can't work or can't work at the capacity that they once did. And now we got a major crisis on our hands financially. So this is a bad situation, right? So anyway, I like to share this stuff with you just so you can clearly see what's going on. Now, if you're an SSDI beneficiary that is currently receiving benefits, like you're already getting your SSDI, luckily for you, you're good, right? You're not going through the application process anymore. You don't need to worry about that anymore. So you're kind of beyond all this. But anybody that's out there that currently is waiting for the approval of an SSDI application, or over the coming days, weeks, and months, as more and more people start filing for SSDI, which, people are filing all the time, filing for these benefits, this is kind of a long road that everyone's going to have to go down here in order to get this initial approval and, kind of moving on to the next steps to start getting that money to flow, right? So kind of a rough situation, but a lot of hurdles here. And the time frame in which that it takes for them to actually approve these benefits for beneficiaries, that's a big thing as well. And then all of a sudden you've also got the waiting time frame as well, right? You have to wait a bunch of months, until you actually get your first payments, just to make sure that, hey, we want to make sure that the disability is actually real and, it's legit and you're not just going to be healed one day and stuff like that. So there's all this waiting, a lot of hurry up and wait type of situation. And it's kind of the situation when it comes to SSDI, right? So when it comes down to retirement benefits, this doesn't really apply. Not nearly to the extent of this, because when it comes to retirement benefits, it's pretty straightforward, right? You've worked all these years, your benefit is X, and you just file for it, and you kind of get your benefits relatively quickly. It's not nearly the 7-month or 6-month or 7.5-month, whatever it happens to be, a waiting time frame to get your benefits approved. Retirement, it's kind of just like, well, when do you want to take them? Okay, we'll have them start this day, and then they kind of just go from there. So it's a way easier process. SSI, yes, it's a bit of an easier process there. Still some time delays. They have to go through their process there, but when it comes down to SSDI, this is a massive, massive crisis. And what's going to be the situation here to resolve this and to make sure that this is sped up and actually approving these applications quickly for the beneficiary? Well, certainly starting out with 400 more people would certainly help out a lot to go through these and actually approve the beneficiaries. Anyway, I like to share this information just with you so you can see what's going on and kind of the landscape that's out there and just kind of what we're working with right now, right? Anyway, I hope this helps you to some degree. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Just want to do what I can to keep you informed of what's going on. Anyway, please like the video down below, thumbs up button, subscribe down below as well, totally free to do so, big subscribe button down below. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, the 5,000 plus videos in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Enjoy. Hope to see you again in the next video, and just have a nice day. Thanks for being here, and see you again soon in the next one.